Okay, I'm live. Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry, I was doing a bunch of test runs and stuff to try to make this thing be better than it was before. I apologize for not having this thing up in time, but I think I'm good now. So, what I'm going to do is talk about the DC, all the DC news and stuff. There's been a lot of news coming out. I even wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Okay, and hope you like my background. It's a New 52 background there, which is um, what James Gunn is going to go for anyway. So let's just start off with some of the news. Some of the news is, first of all, we know Henry Cavill. He met with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and they told him that they're going in a different direction. With younger actors and stuff, and they told him that they could use him again in the future if they want to. But it's basically he got told he got fired again, which is I felt bad for him. I really did feel bad for him because I know he quit The Witcher in anticipation of him having to film a Manitou sequel and stuff. So I really felt bad for Henry and stuff. And there also is a rumor that he fired his agent, Danny Garcia, although The Rock came out later and said that wasn't true. And so I haven't seen anything other than that. I heard several websites report that he fired his agent, but I haven't heard anything else about that later. So who knows if that's true or not. Um, and you could understand why he would fire her if she's the one that made him quit The Witcher. If she told him to quit The Witcher and he just had a handshake, he didn't have a written contract uh, for to star in the Man of Steel sequel, even though we heard the rumors that they were writing it at the time. And again, that was before James Gunn and Peter Safran got hired. Excuse me. So you could understand if he was a little pissed off about that, which you can't blame him. And they told him, James Gunn, he's very transparent on Twitter, and I think he had Mastodon. I think that's the other uh, social media site that he's on. He's been giving us a lot of information, and he's also told us that probably in January, more likely, he's going to announce his slate, or at least the beginning part of it. So we don't know how many movies that's going to be. I'm assuming that's going to be a 3 or 4 movies. I think if you see the in the background here, the New 52, with it has actually 7 members there on it. It has Cyborg on. I guess that would be that way. Cyborg would be next to the Flash there. But I think if you look, there's a logo, which I'm going to show you later, of that the creator of one of the showrunners for the Harley Quinn show, he was wearing, and it's a similar logo to the one back here, except that it doesn't have Cyborg in it. It just has 6 members in it. It just has Aquaman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and the Flash in it. And I think that's the way he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go to solo adventures first. I think he's gonna go Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Batman, and Flash. I think they're gonna get their movies. I think first, or I don't know if they're gonna do a combination of them or not. Because like I said, because we have the Batman running over there in the Elseworld universe, the one with Matt Reeves. So I don't know if he's gonna have them do a team up thing, because I know these stories are not going to be origin stories, because everybody knows the origin. He said the Superman story won't be an origin story, which is very good, because nobody wants to see an origin story about Superman already, because we've seen that over and over again. Okay, so I'm glad that we won't get that. But I am happy to see that he's going to do he's going to start from fresh and start with the 6 basic heroes. Although I would love for him to put Martian Manhunter in this because I know he got 6 now. Although I would love Martian Manhunter. Although maybe that's what he'll do to bring in Martian Manhunter, is he'll do like they did in that DC animated movie where Superman first got to Metropolis, and then Martian Manhunter came along, and Lobo was in that movie, and then Martian Manhunter came, the animated movie. I forgot what the name of it was. That's when Superman, when they rebooted it, the DC animated universe, and Superman was just got to Metropolis, and he was just being Superman, learning how to be Superman. So maybe they'll do the same thing and have um, Superman, have Martian Manhunter show up, and then he teams up with Superman, and then that's how they introduce him, and then that way, then you'll have the other heroes get their movies, and like say, uh, let's say Green Lantern has his movie, and maybe the Flash shows up in his movie, something like that, or maybe uh, Batman and Superman or in the World's Finest movie, and then Aquaman shows up. So that way, I think you'll get the solo movies, and then you'll get the team ups like a World's Finest movie, and then maybe even a Trinity movie, and then you'll get them together. But also, there's also a few things, and he also James Gunn, he talked about the toxic fans, and he said he knew going in that this was going to be a toxic environment with the fans. He knew that going in, so he wasn't that surprised by it. And he said him and Peter knew that there'd be a transition period, like right now, like there was a big, the big, there was a big stink when when Henry Cavill got let go. So people were saying boycott DC, DC's a mess and all this stuff. But he knew that to start this over and try to get a cohesive universe, that he would have to basically start from scratch. And then I also found out later today that earlier today, excuse me, that the Variety reported that they are gonna basically everybody in the Justice League is gonna get recast. There's gonna be everybody in Justice League. So I don't know if that means Cyborg as well. We knew Ben Affleck was leaving. We knew Henry Cavill had got fired recently, and Gal Gadot probably got told already. And we know the Flash, Ezra Miller was going to get fired anyway once that Flash movie comes out. And we know Jason Momoa already knew that he's going to be Lobo, so that wasn't a big thing. And like I said, Cyborg, Ray Fisher, that's a whole nother issue. And I do have something to say about Ray Fisher as well, because Ray Fisher, I'm calling him a professional victim. Now, why I say, Merry Christmas, Fat Rax. Merry Christmas to you. Okay? Why I say Ray Fisher is a drama queen, because he said he was whining and complaining about James Gunn deleting his tweets where he had, because I think when the thing with Josh Whedon first came out, he had issued, Alan Tudyk, and another actor, said that he was backing, I guess, Josh Whedon, and James Gunn, I think, replied to it. I think he favored that tweet, and then Ray Fisher said something to him, and then he said, I should back up, and I apologize. He deleted the tweet, and he didn't delete the tweet. He just said, I shouldn't have said anything about something I don't know about. And then Ray Fisher, I guess, saw that his tweet was deleted, and then he said, oh, I guess to work at Warner Brothers, you gotta like a toxic work environment. You gotta be toxic. And James Gunn replied to him and said, listen, my tweets have an automatic delete function. I didn't delete it on it wasn't because of that tweet. My tweets get deleted automatically. Okay, and like I said, Ray Fisher, like I said, he wants to be a martyr. Okay, for the cause. He's just, again, to me, he's just whining way too much. I believed in Ray Fisher when this thing first happened with Josh Whedon. I do believe he got treated. He didn't get treated right, because Gal Gadot even said that Josh Whedon tried to didn't treat her right as well, but she shut it down. Okay, but Ray Fisher just seems to love to be a professional victim, in my opinion. He just loves to whine and complain and whine and complain. Okay, just enough already with Ray Fisher. Okay, just go to side. I'm done with Ray Fisher. But anyway, and there's also another thing, and The Rock also. Let me talk about Dwayne Johnson. He also issued a statement, because people were wondering what his opinion was, because the whole Black Adam movie, the movie didn't make as much money as people wanted it to. It was, I think it only made almost $400 million, and it didn't make as much as people wanted it to. And so he said he also met with James Gunn, and James Gunn told him, listen, in the first phase of my new DC Studios films, there's not going to be a Black Adam. He said maybe down the line, maybe if there's a multiverse, maybe we can bring in Black Adam that way. So, which makes me think he's not going to be used. Now, the thing that really the thing with The Rock is, I think The Rock kind of hurt his own chances, because I know The Rock wanted, when they first were coming up with because I know he's wanted to do Black Adam for such a long time, but they also, Black Adam is a Shazam victim, okay? Not victim. He's a Shazam villain, okay? And The Rock didn't want anything to do with it. He wanted to keep it separate. He wanted to make a separate movie from that. And I think they said that the producers even went to him and said, let's, how would you have a cameo in Shazam 2 to set up, will it be a Detective Chimp movie? Yeah, you never know. With James Gunn, I think that's possible. Look what he did with a raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I would not put it past him to have a Detective Chimp movie or so. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Daniela. Elastic Man, I would love to see Elastic Man get his own movie. You never know. Maybe he'll get a TV show on HBO Max or something. Elastic Man. I wouldn't put that past James Gunn, because James Gunn knows how to make obscure characters like relevant. So I wouldn't put it past James Gunn. But again, going back to The Rock, I think he hurt his own chances, because he even turned down the chance to be in the Black Adam, in the Shazam 2 movie. I think it might be in an after credit scene, because they were probably setting it up for him to Black Adam to be in Shazam 3, and they could have had him and Shazam and then Superman in there fighting. But I think The Rock didn't want to face Shazam, because I don't know if he thought it was too kitty-like or too childlike, and he thought Black Adam was too mature a hero to fight Shazam, which is silly, because Black Adam is Shazam's nemesis. Okay, they have the same power set. They basically have the same power set. So I don't know if he just, but I think he hurt his own chances. And now, like I said, James Gunn told him, listen, we're not going to be making in the first phase. Now, as far as Shazam is concerned, now the actor who's playing Shazam, I forgot his name now. Right now, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he said that as far as he knows, he's still Shazam, and I don't know. That may or may not be true, because listen, he's except for the first movie, we got the Headless Superman. We know it's supposed to be technically in the Snyderverse, Shazam, but we don't know. The Rock can't step to me. Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, Roman. He will be stepping to you. I think at WrestleMania. I think where he'll do the job for you. Although Roman, I don't know if they're gonna. They may. I'm trying to think. They may take both belts from Roman Reigns. Like have what's his name? Not Dustin Rhodes. Have Cody Rhodes beat you for one of the belts, and then have somebody else on SmackDown beat you for the other belt. So I don't know if they may have Roman do double duty. You never know. I don't know how they're going to do that. But I think Roman's going to be dropping the belts come WrestleMania time. I think he's going to be dropping probably both belts. I know the Cody Rhodes, because I think Cody Rhodes is coming back for the Royal Rumble, and I think he's probably going to win it. And then, yeah, but I think he's gonna drop. I think they're gonna have Roman drop both belts. Although they may have him just drop one of the belts to Cody and then have him beat The Rock, because I think The Rock is coming back for WrestleMania to face Roman. But I think they're gonna have Cody Rhodes beat him for one of those belts. Okay, I don't think they're gonna have him win both belts. I think he's gonna at least have him win one of those belts. But anyway, and oh yeah, and somebody also said they was asking James Gunn if is everybody going to get rebooted except the Suicide Squad, and he said that's a rumor. He said that's just a rumor. He said that's not true. That's not going to happen. That everybody's going to get rebooted except the Suicide Squad. Okay, so everybody's wondering. I'll be in the new Blue Beetle movie. I could do. Yeah. Although speaking of Blue Beetle, thanks for mentioning that. The Blue Beetle movie, I think they are going to keep that. I think they should keep that actor, because that movie is not, as far as we know, it's not connected to anything. And they got a nice young actor. He's young, the dude from Cobra Kai, who's playing the Blue Beetle. They should keep him and move him into the James Gunn's new universe, because he's young and he like I said, he's not connected to the Snyderverse. So I think they should keep him. I'm looking forward to that movie, the Blue Beetle movie. I think that's going to be really good when it comes out. And what else? You talk. Oh yeah, Ray Fisher. Oh yeah. Yeah. Speaking of this, I know there's supposed to be cameos in the Shazam movie. I think the Flash movie, not Blue Beetle, and the Aquaman movie. Since we know these movies are the last of the old DCEU, they should keep in. I think they should the keep the cameos in there just for the fans. Let the fans see those people one last time, because we know Superman's supposed to be in the Flash movie, and Batman, and I think Wonder Woman is supposed to be in it as well. Keep them in there. We know that's going to be the last time we're going to see them as those characters, at least for the foreseeable future. All right. So keep those cameos in there. That way you'll give people more of an option to see the movie. I think those movies to see, because right now you know that these movies that are coming out next year, they're not going to lead to anything, right? Except for maybe Blue Beetle. I think they're going to keep him on, but those other movies are not going to lead to anyway. Jason Momoa is not going to be Aquaman no more. He's going to be Lobo, right? The Flash, Ezra Miller's getting fired, right? And we know Shazam may or may not, they may keep that, the actor who's played Shazam, they may keep him. I don't know about that, but they may as well keep those cameos in there. That way that'll give people incentive to want to come out and see those, especially the Flash. And I know we're getting a Flash trailer finally during the Super Bowl, which is about time. And I think that trailer is going to be freaking awesome. I think hopefully it should be like a nice 2-minute and 30-something second trailer during the Super Bowl. And I think that trailer is going to be awesome. It should have everything. It should have everything in it. Have Batman in it, Michael Keaton, Batman, Ben Affleck, and have the Superman and Wonder Woman. Keep those cameos in there. We know that they're leaving, but keep those cameos in there. I think that would be the best thing to do. Also, I want to do something a little unusual, a little visual aid to the people. I think I have, since we know we're getting a new Batman, new Superman, the new whole new Justice League. But I have two people in mind for the new Superman and the new Batman. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. If I can do this right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna visual aids for this thing, and maybe Wonder Woman too. But let's try this. Now hold on. I'm gonna see if I can do this right. If I don't screw this up. Oh yeah, here we go. Now this actor, hold on. Let's see if I can do this right. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. Did I do that right? Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. There's the picture right there. Roman Reigns could be, yeah, Superman or Batman. No, he could be Lobo, but you already got Jason Momoa. But anyway, if you look at these pictures right here, that's Henry Cavill to the left as people are watching this. And the actor that's on the right, on the my left, your right, his name is David Corenswet. I think he's British. He's 29 years old. He's 6'4". If you look at the picture of him and Henry Cavill side by side, he looks like he could be Henry Cavill's brother. Okay, they look close enough alike. I think he's British also. But if you look at that picture, they look really similar to me. They look like close enough that they could be brothers. Okay, and he's 6'4". Henry Cavill was 6'1". This guy is 6'4". Okay, you go play Animal Man? The question. That's cool. Anyway, but I think this guy, David Corenswet, he's 29 years old. He's 6'4", and he's talked about maybe playing Superman in the future. And to me, if you look at that picture, yeah, he looks close enough, like to Henry Cavill, that I think he's a lean guy. But you can put on muscle for him. But he looks like he could be. And he's 29 years old, and he's 6'4". So, and a lot of people have suggested him to be the new Superman. So I'm gonna do something else. Hold on, let's get rid of that. And I'm gonna show you a picture. Some people made pictures of him dressed up like Superman. So let me show you that. Yeah. So this picture right here. See, somebody photoshopped. Obviously, they photoshopped his head on Henry Cavill's body from Man of Steel. But he looks good in the suit, right? He does look good in the suit. To me, he looks like he could be Superman. To me, he looks like he could be Superman. He looks really good. And he's 6'4". Now the guy I picked for Batman, he's 6'5". So you got real tall actors for. He just needs probably more muscle on him. gain more weight. But see, he looks really good in the suit. They just put his head on Henry Cavill's body, but obviously he looks good to me. That he could be the new Superman. He, like I said, he's 29 years old, so he's under 30, which is I think is good because then because we figure the DCU is going to be 10 years going forward. So, and then also I'm going to show you another picture of him. Hold on, let me show you something else. Uh, let's see. There's a picture of him. Hold on. Okay, that's a picture of him with glasses. See? See, that's his Clark Kent look. To me, see, he has glasses on. So that's, to me, his Clark Kent look. Okay? So, to me, there you go. He's Clark Kent. He could be, I mean, I'm sure they're going to audition a lot of different actors, but I think he has the look. He's 6'4". Like I said, he's 29 years old, and he has a look. He has the classic Superman look. He looks enough to me like Henry Cavill that it would, people could say, oh yeah, I could see him as Superman. Like I said, look at it. That's the Clark Kent look right there. That's the classic look. I would definitely pick him as Superman. I would definitely. Now, let me get rid of him. Hold on. And hold on. And there's somebody else that maybe, hold on, let's see, could be Batman. Hold on, maybe. Okay, this guy here, his name is Jacob Elordi. Yeah, that dude does, like I said, he does look like Henry Cavill. But this guy here, he's from the show Euphoria, and he's 25 years old. He's 6'5". Okay, now his character on Euphoria is I forgot the character's name, but his character is like a real jerk. To be perfectly honest, he's a real jerk, and he kind of got. He was in the Kissing Booth too, I think, in all three of those movies too. But this guy is like 6'5". He's 25 years old. Okay, so he has the size, and see, I can see him as Bruce Wayne, but I don't know. Maybe he got too much of a baby face to be Batman. Like maybe you need somebody with a more serious face to be Batman. But I picked him because he's 6'5". He's 25 years old. He's young enough, so you could pick. And he's big, so he's bigger than Robert Pattinson. So I figure this guy could be he could be a good choice for that. But let me get rid of his picture and show you another picture of him. Hold on. Hold on. Another picture of him. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so there's another picture of him. Right there. Again, his name is Jacob Elordi. He's Australian. Okay, and that's just a cartoon picture of Bruce Wayne in the bat suit. But I picked that just to show you that maybe he could possibly be Bruce Wayne too. He possibly, like I said, because he's kind of a lean, athletic type, and he's 6'5". That's why I picked him. But I wouldn't, if they picked somebody else, I wouldn't be disturbed. But I picked him because he's 6'5". He's 25 years old. So I figured that guy, him next to the other guy who's 6'4", and he's 6'5". So Batman and Superman, you got big guys to be Batman and Superman. Okay, so that's why I picked him. That's just my choice. But if they, I'm sure they're going to audition a lot of different actors before they pick, their Batman and Superman. And they may pick guys that are maybe 6'2", 6'3". But I think Batman and Superman should be at least 6'2". I think they shouldn't be under 6 feet. They should definitely 6'2" or 6'3", both of them together. They should be similar size. And I would definitely cast them both at the same time and test them against each other to see if they got good chemistry together. But again, this guy is from used to show Euphoria. I forgot the character's name, but he's a real jerk on Euphoria. So let me see. Let me get rid of this guy. Let me get rid of him. Now, as far as Wonder Woman's concerned, let me pick another actress. Her name is Ana de Armas, okay? And I definitely, I think she is absolutely gorgeous. The only thing about her is that she's 34 years old. But I think that's still kind of young. And but she looks like she could be under 30. If you told me she's 29, I would believe it. Okay? And I saw her in the James Bond movie. She was great in the James Bond movie. She's been in a lot of movies. She's been blowing up. but Anna de Armas, like I said, and she is just she is absolutely gorgeous, and I could see her as Wonder Woman. Diana Prince, I definitely could see her as one. The only good thing about her, like I said, she's 34, and I think they want to maybe go for actors that are around from 25 to maybe 35, maybe. So she kind of fits right in there because you're gonna be Wonder Woman for the next 10 years. But she looks young enough to me, and I think she could pull it off. And if you look at that last James Bond movie where she was kicking behind in that bar with James helping James Bond, she can do action. I think she can do action, and she's absolutely beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful. That's why I wouldn't mind if they picked her as Wonder Woman. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, and I can see her with the lasso and the sword and all that stuff. So I definitely think Anna de Armas can be Wonder Woman. Okay, so let me get rid of that picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can get rid of that picture. Okay, and let's see something. Oh yeah, There's hold on. There's another picture I want to show you. Yeah, this picture is the new DCE logo. The DC logo. See, that's if you look to your left, or I guess my right, it would be Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman. Then you got Batman, the Flash, and Aquaman. And I think they're going to go with a traditional blonde surfer type guy to be Aquaman. And, hopefully they get somebody blonde to be Barry Allen. And then, I already gave you my picks for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Then definitely a Green Lantern, Hal Jordan in the movies. Because I think on the TV show, remember, there's supposed to be a Green Lantern TV show on HBO Max, which I think is going to be with Jon Stewart. Yeah, she was. Yeah, I agree with you. Tring Hill, she was great in the Bond movie. I really loved it. She was great. She kicked butt in that movie. That's why I said I could see her as Wonder Woman. Definitely easier. It's easy. But I like this new DC logo, and I definitely think there's going to be. See, maybe he wants to start off at 6, and then maybe eventually bring. I think he is going to bring in Martian Manhunter to the team. I think because I think there'll be 7. I think they're going to be 7 Justice League members, just like in the comics. And also, what James Gunn said that he's a Cody Rhodes. You know what? Cody Rhodes could be Aquaman. He's blonde, but I think Cody Rhodes is too old. I think Cody Rhodes is he's in his 30s, right? And I think they want to go with somebody younger. I think they want to go with younger actors so they can have them for the next 10 years. But Cody Rhodes does look like I could buy him if he was young, a little bit younger. I definitely could buy him as Aquaman because he need a blonde surfer type of guy to be Aquaman. So he can be believable, like a big buff surfer blonde guy, and say, yeah, okay, yeah, that's Aquaman. I can see it, but Cody Rhodes, I can see that happening. But I love the logo here. It's just, with 3 heroes there, 3 heroes on this side, 3 heroes on that side. But like I said, I think they're going to go with the traditional blonde surfer guy for Aquaman. Hopefully they get a blonde guy for, like maybe Lucas Teal. You know that guy who plays the young MacGyver on the TV show? He could be Barry Allen. And like I said, I gave you my picks for Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. And for Green Lantern, I would pick, who I would pick for Green Lantern? But I don't know if he's too old. The guy from Supernatural. What's his name? The guy that was on The Boys season 3. He played Soldier Boy. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name now. He's on the show Big Sky now. But he has that deep voice and stuff. That's why a lot of people wanted him to be Batman, because he has like a deep voice. But I could see him as a Hal Jordan type. I can't remember the guy from Supernatural. Hold on. I can tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you who's. Hold on. Hold on. I can tell you in a minute. Supernatural cast. There we go. Yeah, Jason Eccles. That's his name. Jason Eccles. Although I think Jason Eccles could be in his late 30s probably. He's in his 30s and stuff. Although I could see him, he would be a good Hal Jordan type of guy. Like I said, but I don't know how I'm assuming James Gunn wants to cast younger rather than older. So I think he may have an age range of say like 25 to maybe like 35, something like that, an age range in there. Not too young, but not too old. I think he wants to go like maybe 25 to like 35, maybe in that range in there. So I don't know how old Jason Eccles is. He could be in his 30s, but he's been on Supernatural for like, that show ran for like 12 seasons. And I think he was already in his late mid 20s when it happened. So Jason Eccles could be pushing 40. Okay, but I definitely think he's gonna cast younger. I think that's what he wants. I don't think he's cast. I think he wants to cast younger actors. I think for his Justice League members. And hold on, let me get rid of. Let's see if I can get rid of this logo. Hold on, let me get rid of the logo for the time being. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. And let's see. I want to see if there's another picture I can show you. Oh yeah, there's another picture. Hold on, let's see. I picked the picture. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay, let me move this over. Oh, let's move that over. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a picture, again, another picture of the actor David Cornsweet. There's a picture of him with the, he has a classic Christopher Reeve suit on in that picture. Okay, and then the picture on his left, on my right, I guess your right as you watch this, my left. That's him, I guess, at some premiere event. But the picture on the okay, my right, your left as you're watching this, that's him in the Christopher Reeve classic Superman suit. See, he looks really good in that. He actually looks even better in the Christopher Reeve suit, right there. So that's why I think he would be a great Superman. Again, he's 6'4". He's 29. I think the last thing he was in was the movie. What was that movie called? Not X. The movie that came after that, the horror movie. But he's in that movie. But anyway, to me, he should be. But then again, I don't know. Maybe James Gunn already has somebody in mind for Superman. Maybe he's gonna, or maybe he wants to cast an unknown. But to me, this guy screams Superman. To me, he looks the part. Okay, he looks even better in the classic Christopher Reeve suit right there. See, they just put his head over Christopher Reeve's body, and he looks perfect. He looks natural, like Superman. Okay, he looks really good that way. So let me get rid of that. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. I think that's it for me, my pictures. Hold on, let me make sure I don't got any more pictures. Oh, so anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's, I definitely think, is there anything else I want to talk about? Because I don't want to waste you people's time. I reported, yeah, Gal Gadot said James Gunn rumor is not true. I know people were saying that maybe Gal Gadot's going to still be Wonder Woman because James Gunn hasn't fired. But like I said, there's a story that I saw on the internet today that said Variety, the idea is to recast the whole Justice League, get a whole new Justice League, and he's going to do those solo movies first of them, and then maybe do a team-up movie, I think, with either Batman and Superman, like World's Finest, and then maybe even do a Trinity movie with Wonder Woman together, and then you could bring the other members in slowly but surely, then have a crisis level event where they all come together, and I could see that happening. Okay, I definitely could see that happening because to me, they're perfect. Okay, but I'm definitely anxious to see what the first phase is going to be of his movies and stuff. Hopefully, he announces like the first 4 years of the movies and stuff. And hopefully, like I said, if he's writing this, remember he's supposed to be writing the script for the Superman movie, which I think is going to be the first project out of DC Studios. Hopefully, like I said, maybe they'll even when they do the presentation of the slate, maybe he'll have the actors. He'll say, this is my Justice League right here, and he'll have the 6 actors on stage. That would be cool. That would be freaking awesome if he did that. Okay, if he did that. Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, I would love a Booster Gold movie too. I think he's gonna do that. I think a Booster Gold and a Blue Beetle movie. I could see that happening. Uh, but I think Booster Gold is getting a movie because he's just the type of character that James Gunn likes, an offbeat kind of character. So I think we will. You got to get a Booster Gold movie. You definitely got to get one of those. I definitely think he's going to do that because that's James Gunn. He loves unconventional characters, and he loves making those characters like famous. I never heard of Peacemaker before he put him in Suicide Squad, and look how great that TV show was. Okay, as and I was never a big fan of John Cena when he was a wrestler and stuff, but James Gunn knew how to use him. Okay, and he was great on that TV show. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it would be great. I think we're getting a Booster Gold movie. You can count on that. That to me is a guarantee. Okay, I don't know when it's coming, but you're gonna get a Booster Gold movie. Trust me. I think that's happening, and hopefully he does a Titans movie and stuff. And I hope he doesn't wait too long to because we definitely need. And remember, he's supposed to link everything together. So I don't know if he's gonna keep the Titans and Doom Patrol still running, those shows running, because he wants to link everything together. He said TV shows, movies, animation, and games. So that's why I'm waiting to see what he says when he has that presentation in January. I think he's gonna have a presentation like Marvel does, and he'll say this is my slate. And I think if they already cast actors, which they could be looking at actors as we speak, I could see him, already, having those actors on stage. So these got to be. This is the new Superman. This is the new Batman. This is the new Flash. that would be awesome. But you're definitely getting a Booster Gold movie. I think that's happening. Okay, because James Gunn loves unconventional characters, so he's definitely going to do that. And I think he also is going to bring in other directors too, because I don't think he's not going to direct the Superman movie. He's going to let somebody else do that. And I know the guy that Andy Muschietti, who's doing the Flash movie. I think he said he would love to do a Superman movie, so he may even let Andy Muschietti direct the Flash movie. I mean the Superman movie. That's the first movie coming out of the gate, because especially they said people are really high on that Flash movie that's coming out. That's why it's getting a prime time Super Bowl spot, because they said people they've seen that movie so far. They're really liking that, so I can see that happening. I could see them definitely getting Andy Muschietti to direct the Superman movie, that first movie coming out of the gate. Okay, and like I said, if he got a good relationship with and remember he wants Ben Affleck to direct too, so maybe Ben Affleck can direct the new Batman movie that's coming out too as well. I can see that happening, right? That would be great. Get those directors in here and say, James Gunn will say you have free reign. We won't interfere in your movie. You just have to follow, make sure that it has these things in it, like that we want for our universe to connect everything together. I think that's all the direction James Gunn's going to do. Other than that, he's going to let them do their own thing, and I think that's going to be for the best. So when they all come together, and I think I could see James Gunn directing the Justice League movie, that first Justice League movie that comes out. I can see James Gunn directing because he can do group movies with a lot of different characters. So I can see James Gunn directing that a Justice League movie. That would be great. Okay, but I can see that happening. But we're getting a Booster Gold movie. I think we might be getting a Black Lightning. Oh yeah, what's the guy? Mr. Miracle. That's the guy that James Gunn liked. Remember he tweeted out Mr. Miracle? I think it's somebody else when he first got the job, because I think he's a big fan of that character, Mr. Miracle. So I think you can definitely have that. Okay, so remember he also said there's still going to be Elseworld stories, like the Batman, the Matt Reeves story is considered an Elseworld story, and the Joker movie is considered an Elseworld story. So that he said they could continue to do like outside projects, like off. So I also hope they do a Justice League Dark movie. That would be great too if they do that. Okay, but I think he's going to do the main Trinity, the main members of the Justice League. They're coming first, I think, and then you'll get the Booster Gold movies here, your Blue Beetle movie here. Your different side characters. I think that's what's going to happen, and he's going to build them up until they come together in a crisis level event. I can see that happening, but I'm really a big fan of of James Gunn, and I have full faith in him. Okay, like I said, I love Zack Snyder, and I love the Snyder love the Snyderverse, and I love the actors that they cast for that. But we have to, unfortunately, we have to move on to start fresh. You know, I'm a realist. Okay, that's what uh, David Zaslav wants, and James Gunn is going to deliver it too. So I'm looking forward to it. I give James Gunn the benefit of that, him and Peter Safran, because he loves the character and cares about the characters, and he cares about story and it making sense. So that's why I'm glad he's in charge. I have full faith in James Gunn. Okay, I'm not one of these wacky people that says no, it's the Snyderverse or bust. No, I love the Snyderverse. I love my Batman v Superman. I have the Justice League Snyder cut. I have Man of Steel. I have all of those. I'm a big fan of Zack Snyder. Okay, but who knows? Maybe down the line, maybe Zack Snyder can come back and direct a movie in the DC studio for DC Studios. Him and James Gunn are friends, so I could see that happen. James Gunn said, "Listen, Zack, you want to come back after your deal is done with Netflix, and you want to direct a solo movie or something?" Or I could see that happening. Maybe have um, Zack Snyder direct a New Gods movie. I could see that happening too, because like I said, they're friends and they're collaborators, so I could see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. So I'm all for it. Okay, I'm just beyond stoked for this. And remember, January is just a couple of days away. January is about a week away, about 8 or 8 days away, and hopefully we'll find out via a presentation from James saying this is my slate for my movies going forward. Okay, which I think is going to be the solo movies, and then he'll probably say, here's a World's Finest movie. Here's a Trinity movie. Here's a Justice League movie. Justice League Part 1, Part 2. Okay, like I said, a New Gods movie, a Booster Gold movie, Blue Beetle movie. I could see that happening with him. I definitely a Green Lantern movie. I can see all that happening. Easy. I can see all that happen. Like I said, because remember, the Aquaman 2 just came out, so I don't think will come out in December. So I don't think Aquaman will get a movie for a while. Well, he may not get a movie. I think all these members of the Trinity may not get their solo. I think Batman, the main ones like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, I think they'll get their own solo movies. Maybe the Flash too, and maybe Green Lantern. I think maybe that's about it. Those 5, and then Aquaman could come in another movie. Okay, maybe Martian Manhunter will come in a different movie. But I definitely could see that happening. Not just because I think he wants to expand the universe. That's why he's going to have these minor and I could see the JSA. He could do a JSA movie too, which could be a time period movie, and then a JSA to the future. So I could see that happening. I definitely, because like I said, James Gunn, I trust him. I love his movies, and I have faith that he's going to give us something really good something to sink our teeth in, and he's going to make it connect. And I have full faith. The only thing I would love for him to keep is Amanda Waller, the actor Viola Davis. Come on, you got to keep her. She's just like the perfect Amanda Waller. To get rid of her would be a shame. But if you got rid of her, you have to cast somebody else. You do that. But I would love for him to keep Viola Davis, because she's like perfect casting as Amanda Waller. So I would hate for her to get recast. But you never know. He may just say, we're gonna wipe everything out and we'll start fresh. So here's our new universe. Here's our building blocks: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, the Trinity, and the Flash, Green Lantern, and Aquaman. These are going to be my Trinity. They're going to get their movies first. Then we'll get a Justice League movie, maybe a World's Finest movie. And you never know, team up. Maybe you have Green Lantern and the Flash in a movie together. See, I can see that. Have Aquaman come in during the Superman movie or during Wonder Woman. I can see that happening too. But I am beyond stoked with this. So anyway, I think that's it. So that's all the news that I currently have. I think I just want to make sure I went over everything. I did talk about all the cameos. I want that back. About The Rock, Henry Cavill maybe fired his agent. James Gunn that he's rebooting everything. James Gunn talked about Toxic Fan, the Ray Fisher drama, that, and Gail Gadot. Okay, Zachary Levi. Well, I'm sorry, I kept forgetting his name. Zachary Levi. He's the guy that plays Shazam. Who said that he hasn't heard anything about him losing his movie. So hopefully he does get his movie and get to stay there. Uh, oh yeah, Green Arrow. That's another person. Green Arrow. I love the Green Arrow TV show, and I think Green Arrow 2 is going to get a movie too. Maybe Green Arrow and Black Canary, they'll get a movie together, which would be cool to see that. And Charlie Hunnam, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, I could see him as Oliver Queen. Okay, to me he's young enough, but I don't know. He could be in his 30s, he could be in his late 30s, early 40s. Charlie Hunnam. So I don't know if they want to go, or maybe they'll go older for Green Arrow. But I'm gonna see him and Black Canary. I can see that. And as far as Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie, I know James Gunn is a big fan of Margot Robbie, so I do wonder if he's going to keep her or recast Harley. I think he may keep her just because she's a big enough star. Okay, I think she just needs the right movie. Okay, and she was good in the last Suicide Squad movie. The one that James Gunn directed. I like that. That movie was really good. And I know people were saying, well, you got to recast the whole Suicide Squad movie. As far as I'm concerned, the Suicide Squad movie was good. But if you're gonna recast it, you could do that because, like I said, they're characters, and you can always just recast that. But I wouldn't mind if he kept the same actors because it's, the roster always changes with Suicide Squad anyway. The Suicide Squad, so that you could just bring in different characters, different actors to play different characters. That's all, and I can see that happening. Now, also, remember they were saying two things. Remember they were saying that Michael B. Jordan was supposed to be producing a Val Zod movie. I wonder if that's going to be that'll be an Elseworld story, obviously. But I do wonder if he's still producing that because I haven't heard anything about that. And I wonder if he's going to meet with Peter Gunn and James and I'm going to see Peter Gunn, James Gunn and Peter Safran, and maybe make that HBO movie or miniseries about Val Zod, and that could be an Elseworld story. Okay, and definitely tie that into you can tie that. But remember, there was supposed to be a guy. I forgot his name. His last name was Coates. He was supposed to be writing a movie that J.J. Abrams was producing with a black Clark Kent, which I always thought was a bad idea. And I think that's not going forward because I haven't heard James Gunn say one word about it. And I think Warner Brothers is already pissed off at what's the guy's name? The guy from who produced all those, who directed the Star Wars movies and stuff. They're already mad at him because he hasn't produced any content for that big contract they gave him, and he hasn't produced squat. Okay, and I think he was supposed to be Coates. I forgot the guy's first name, but he's supposed to be Coates. He's supposed to be writing a period piece with a black Clark Kent, which is stupid, and I don't think that's going to go through anyway. I think that's going to get canceled anyway by James Gunn because James Gunn wants to establish Clark Kent in our universe, our Clark Kent, Superman, and Kal in this universe first. But I think they could do an Elseworld story with Val Zod. That I would love to see. Val Zod. And I know Michael B. Jordan was supposed to be producing it. I don't think he was going to necessarily star in it, but I think he's supposed to be producing it for HBO Max. So I do wonder if that's going to come through. Now, as far as Superman and Lois, hopefully that show will continue on and just be considered an Elseworld story. Because remember, it's not really tied to the CW universe. Remember, because I think the only person they had on the show that was from the other universe was what's her name? The actress that played Lois Lane, sister, and Diggle, but that was a different Diggle. That to me, that wasn't the same Diggle. So hopefully they keep Superman and Lois on because that's a quality show, and I really like that. And they can just say that's an Elseworld story and keep that running. Excuse me, but hopefully they'll keep that show on, Superman and Lois, because I really like that. Gotham Knights was supposed to be coming on. I was never a big fan of that. I don't even know why they greenlit that show and they canceled Stargirl, which is a great show, which should really come back. That's one of the things I hope James Gunn brings back, Stargirl, because Stargirl was a good show, and they canceled it. I hate that network that bought the CW, they canceled it, which is stupid to me because that was a quality show. Okay, 3 great seasons, and I would love that show to continue on. And maybe James Gunn will continue it on. Maybe he'll say, yeah, you know what, we'll keep it, and we'll just put it on HBO Max. That, fingers crossed that he does that, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's about 50 minutes. If anybody wants to ask me questions, I'm gonna stay on for another 5 minutes. If anybody wants to ask me anything, okay, you can answer me anything, and I will try to answer it the best I can. Okay. So like I said, I'm gonna try to do the stream whenever I have something to talk about. Not because I was trying to say if I could do a stream every week, but I want to make sure I do a stream when I have something to say, and I'm not just rambling. Okay, when I have a good subject to talk about. So what I'm just gonna give you a little heads up. Okay, I'm gonna be probably reacting to the Black Adam movie, which is on HBO Max now, and maybe the movie Glass Onion as well. I'm gonna be trying to do those two, maybe. Probably not tomorrow because tomorrow is football. uh, you got more football on than basketball and stuff on Christmas Day, so I probably won't be doing much of anything except watching sports all day tomorrow. But I'm off on Monday, so I could actually probably I'll probably be recording those reactions and see if I can edit those on Monday and maybe upload those to my YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm anxious for what's coming with DC. I'm not one of those guys that hate what's coming. I like what the potential of these new universe and the new characters and stuff. And I have faith in James Gunn. I really do. Okay, because I saw what he did with the Suicide Squad. He really made a good movie with that. And then he also made that great TV show with Peacemaker, which I had low expectations on that, and that show was bonkers and fantastic. Okay, so I have faith that he will do it. He's a big fan of the comics, so I know he will do a good job with Suicide, with the Justice League members coming up, doing that Superman movie and stuff. And I have total faith. And like I said, this background that I got back of me, okay. Although, oh yeah, one other thing. He did say the animation is a big source of his inspiration. So even if he did that, suppose he did, remember that lineup for the Justice League Unlimited was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, John Stewart. The Flash was Wally West, and not Aquaman. It was Hawkgirl. That's what it was. Right? It was Hawkgirl, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and the Flash. So it was those six. Okay, but who knows? I think he said, probably maybe Hawkman will get a movie, but I think he's going to do the traditional six. But based on that logo that we saw that I showed you earlier, I think he is going to do traditional six, and maybe bring in Martian Manhunter in the movie. I think Cyborg is not going to be in Justice League. I think he's going to move him over, probably to the Titans. Okay, if they do a Titans movie, which I think they may do. Remember, they have Titans on HBO Max. So remember, and they got Cyborg on Doom Patrol. So maybe James Gunn will say, you know what, we'll slide Cyborg over to Titans, and so he can be right where he traditionally is. Okay, and we'll move Martian Manhunter into the Justice League. Okay, and like I said, I think that'll be good. I'm just dying to see who he's going to cast for these characters. Okay, and like I said, I have no problem with two Batman. People say, oh, you can't have two Batman running around. You should have Robert Pattinson. No, let Matt Reeves do his own thing with Robert Pattinson in his own separate universe. Okay, this Batman in this universe, in James Gunn's universe, I want him to be a monster. I want him to be just like Ben Affleck, big and terrifying. I don't want him to be small. I have nothing against Robert Pattinson, but I want my Batman in this universe to be a big guy. I want him to be tall and big. Exactly. That he can kick behind. Okay, I don't want a short Batman. I want a Batman like Ben Affleck, a big guy that he could kick behind. That criminals are terrified of him because he's a big guy. He's like a force. Okay, because I still remember that scene in Batman v Superman when you see him, you see the cops come in that place. You see him he's in the corner, and he's just a big hulking guy, and then you see him crawl like a spider out of the way when the cops try to shoot at him, and he's just a big guy. And then of course that famous warehouse scene where he just destroys a warehouse full of thugs. That's how I want my Batman to be. I want him to be a big bruising guy. Okay, so let that Batman in this universe be a big bruising guy, separate from Robert Pattinson's Batman. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna wrap this stream up. I talked for 55 minutes, which is pretty good. I had visual aids, okay, and I had good interaction with people. And I want to say thank you, everybody that entered, everybody that replied in the chat. Thank you very much for replying. And like I said, I have the alerts set up, so next time if anybody wants to like subscribe to my channel or uh, make a tip, I have the donation thing on here as well. I have the donation on my home page as well, and I'm gonna have the donation thing on my description box for all my videos. So if anybody wants to contribute to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. And again, like I said, it's optional, not mandatory. You can do that, whatever you can give. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, any money I get, I'm going to use because I give away digital codes contests throughout the year, and I buy movies, and I have contests every month. Usually, I try to do like once a month, probably, or once every 2 months, where I give away digital codes to people in a contest. So I'll use that money for that. That's why I'm not going to use that money to put it in my pocket. I'm just going to use that money, whatever money I get, to to buy movies and stuff, and have a digital code. Continue to have digital code contests anyway, whether people donate or not. But I just want to let people know if they feel like contributing, whatever they contribute, I'll take gladly, and thank you for that. But I just want you to know I have it set up on the stream, and I have it set up on my home page for my main channel, Trey Passer, and I have it also in the description box of my videos as well. So if you want to contribute to the channel, I would greatly appreciate anything you could give. You don't, again, like I said, it's not mandatory. It's optional, as always. Okay, and I want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning into the stream. I thought for a minute, because I was having audio issues with this video, I thought for sure this was gonna end real badly, but it came out pretty good. So I'm actually pretty happy. So I'm gonna wrap this stream up and say thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and everybody take care. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody out there, and have a good time. Okay, and this is Trey Passer saying so long and take care. I'm gonna end the stream. How come I'm hitting in the stream and the stream won't end? Okay. End.